Hey guys, what is up? And as you may have noticed, the popularity of hoverboards has gone way down since they first came out. However, right now is the best possible time to buy a hoverboard as they're much safer than they used to be and they also pack more features. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the HX Phantom Hoverboard, which is one of the most interesting hoverboards I've seen. So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into the review. Now when it comes to hoverboards, I think one of the most important things to be aware of is safety, as many older hoverboards had issues with overheating and even catching fire. And that's why I would like to kick off this review by saying that one of the standout features of this hoverboard is that it's made using UL tested LG batteries, and it also has multiple other safety certifications, meaning that you won't have to worry about it overheating or anything like that. Now first impressions when pulling it out of the box was that it was clear that not only are the batteries quality made, but the entire thing just feels extremely solid. It's made out of good quality plastic, and I honestly was surprised by how heavy it is. It weighs about 22 pounds for the 6-inch version and 24 pounds for the 10-inch version, which is the one I have here. Taking a closer look around it, starting on the front we have two lights which light up when you're on it. And on the back we have a power button along with a charging port, which comes with this rubber protector to keep water out, which is because this is actually rated at IP54 water resistance, meaning you won't have to worry if a little bit of water is splashed on it. On the bottom are two speakers which you can connect to your smartphone through Bluetooth to play music, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the review. And finally on top we have these two pressure sensitive pads, and this really is where the magic happens. So the way it works is when you first stand on it, it'll use the built-in gyroscope and sensors inside of it to keep you balanced and upright, and it pretty much does all of this on its own. You don't even have to try and balance or anything like that, and if you've never used a hoverboard, it is actually pretty amazing to use it. If you want to move forward, you simply tilt your feet forward and you start moving just like that. Moving backward is pretty much the same thing, just the opposite. Just tilt your feet slightly backward and you move backward. It's pretty much that simple. After about an hour, I had no problems at all using it, and after you've been using it for a while, it gets to the point where you can just simply think of going forward and you'll just naturally lean forward. And once you get the hang of everything, this thing is actually a lot of fun to use. After about an hour, I could easily hit max speed on it without feeling like I would fall off, and you can go surprisingly fast on here with a max speed of over 9 miles per hour, which is a bit faster than the average person's jogging speed. Now one thing that really stood out to me was how well this worked on rough terrain, even though that's not what it's made for, and even though I really wouldn't recommend buying this if you only plan on using it in rough ground, I was still very impressed by how well it performed in high grass or in the dirt. Now the version I'm using came with 10-inch tires, and I've heard that it does work a bit better on bumpy or rough ground compared to the cheaper 6-inch version, but where I was testing it, it was pretty rough and it did surprisingly well. Now when I was using it on pavement, I found I was able to go up most small hills easily, and it's rated to be able to go up hills up to 30 degrees, which is quite a bit more than most of its competition out there, and it's really thanks to its dual 350 watt motor. Now with that being said, you're probably wondering about battery life, and I'm happy to say that so far the battery life on here has been excellent. The 36 volt LG battery can be charged up in about 2 to 3 hours, and I can't say exactly how far I went on a charge, but it is rated to go about 12 miles a charge. And in my testing, I found the battery life to last about 2 to 3 hours of use before it died. Now one feature that I found pretty cool but probably isn't going to be that useful is the included Bluetooth speaker, and I found that it actually is pretty good. The Bluetooth speaker gets very loud. It's not the clearest, but it gets loud enough that you can be using the hoverboard at max speed and still hear your music no problem, and it can connect to any smartphone via Bluetooth, which is very nice. Now moving on to the things that I really wasn't a fan of on this hoverboard, and I'm glad to say that really only a couple of things come to mind. First off, when you're using the hoverboard and you reach max speed, it plays a warning through the speakers telling you to slow down. Now after a while, this begins to get a bit annoying, as every time you reach max speed you have to listen to it until you finally slow down.
Overspeed, please stop. Overspeed, please stop.
The second thing really didn't bother me that much, but I still thought I should mention it. But basically, when you're using it and the battery is getting low, it plays another similar warning message letting you know that your battery is getting low.
Low battery, please charge. Low battery, please charge.
Now the warning doesn't go away until you finally charge the hoverboard, and really all I have to say about these two warnings is that it would be nice if there was some way of lowering the volume of them or muting them altogether. In conclusion, what is my takeaway from all of this? Well, there's never been a better time to buy a hoverboard thanks to all the safety improvements over earlier models, and honestly, I think this is one of the better options for a hoverboard in 2017. So I would definitely recommend this not only because of how much fun it is to use, but because of its safety certifications, so you won't have to worry about riding or charging the hoverboard. Before I wrap everything up, I would like to mention that if you're looking for something a bit different, you may want to check out the new HX Phantom Hoverboard from HoverX. If you'd like to learn more about it, I'll be sure to leave a link to where you can check it out in the description down below, and I'll also be sure to include a coupon code if you decide to order one. But anyway guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I would like to give a huge thanks to HoverX for sending this out for review. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.